This ain't even on the weather app. Snow all blowing sideways. I'm just trying to get in the shop. What's up, y'all? Excuse me. This is another one. It's going to be all over the place. So I think, if I have this correct, I'm going to start this out with a video of I walked out one day and the Weather Channel was wrong. It's showing like cold, but there's like snow just blowing sideways. Wind's blowing, parting the beard, making it look all crazy. Let me turn the studio lights on. Forgot what I was doing. So in the background, you can see the AC. Oh, and I didn't know if y'all know, I like Champion. I didn't know this till Eagle told me. Or maybe it was Stoney, both about the same time. But AC stands for Albert Champion, who's the founder of Champion. So that's a little 2-drawer Craftsman box. And then, I think I'm doing that right. I would suck at green room stuff. Holy crap. And that's a vintage Mac one that I'm going to use. So what I wanted to do is take get one of my Craftsman toolboxes and get a second set of screwdrivers, crescent wrenches. Like, I have this issue. I don't mind taking, I know I go all over the place, but I don't mind taking my set of Milwaukee sockets wherever with me. It's like my go-to here for standard size stuff and metric. But I mean, not standard size, but within reason, like the smaller size on up to whatever it is, 7/8 or something in there. I'm not sure. Anything bigger than that, yeah, I got impact stuff that's larger and 1/2-inch sockets that are larger. But it's just standard little 3/8 set. But I wanted a separate toolbox, and I've had those before, where I could throw these tools that stay in there. So it'd be like a ball peen hammer, channel locks, needle nose, a good set of screwdrivers. And so today, this one isn't that bad. The other ones are. But I wanted to try the Chemical Guys Headlight Restorer to see how it does on this bad boy. So while I'm chatting with y'all, I'm going to do that. And then Lindsay brought me a Sunday evening old fashioned. That's good. That Brothers Bond stuff is some good stuff, y'all. So I'm going to polish this one up. The other ones are a little bit worse. I'm going to see how this one does first. I've actually got like a little buffing kit around here. It's a cheap one, like a Ryobi kit or whatever. But I was like, man, surely this will do well just by hand. And I've seen guys polish these like on a buffer, a grinding wheel buffer. But there's something I like doing some of this stuff by hand, just sitting here and cleaning it, and it's rewarding. And I like doing it. I enjoy doing it. Oh, this is working well. I'll show y'all in just a second, but it is shining right up there. So anyway, I'm going to build that toolbox to where I'm going to pick stuff up, travel, wherever that I have some tools in there, and then I can accessorize it with what I need, where if I need to, do my Milwaukee cordless stuff or an impact or whatever. Because I've already got, the gooseneck has tons of straps in it. The heavy hauler has tons of straps in it as well that are like more for its size. But what I want to do is have one that I'm not going to keep it in the truck. But what I will be doing is taking it with me when we go to these places, to grab new vehicles. I got a truck I've been eyeing that I want to pick up soon, but it'll probably be in the summertime. And then going down to Louisiana, I'm bringing Alice up here and a couple other of my vehicles. So I will have a dedicated toolbox with spare tools where I'm just not filling it up and bringing all my other stuff all the time. And it will be one for, now that didn't take the paint off this, or if I work a little bit harder, but holy crap, y'all, that turned out freaking nice. All right, I'm gonna grab one of the really bad ones and do it real quick. Hang tight. Y'all see what I'm wearing? My 1620s are getting washed. And I'm in beer pajamas that Lindsay's folks gave me for Christmas. And man, I'm a shorts kind of guy to work in. If it's like in the summer, I do wear my shorts and stuff like that. I love shorts. Lived on the beach, lived in the South most of my life. But it was cold. I had to wash those, and these were the first things I saw. So I grabbed them. Don't judge me. Okay, we're gonna do, this one's pretty bad. So we can do a good visual on it with this stuff. So it's one of the longer flat heads, but I'm really stoked. I mean, that turned out freaking great. So that's the Chemical Guys Headlight Restorer. I actually used this on the heavy hauler. Those had gotten pretty bad. But I did have to replace them because it cleaned them up significantly, but they were just too far gone. So I did replace them with some Amazon ones. So today in the story, what I got, today we'd been planning to the chicken coop and duck coop. Well, we didn't do the duck coop today because we run out of material. But the duck or chicken coop pulled all the old pine shavings, straw, hay, all of that stuff. And when it was, been the pretty hard winter here, we did the deep, like a deep layer method where you put it super deep and then they're, poop, pee, you keep adding to it and it decomposes, helps keeps them warm. But it started getting warm enough to where they don't need that anymore. So shoveled all that out. It took like 10 or 12 wheelbarrow loads. And I was saying on the video that I'm like, hey, I need to get build a chute to just shovel that out of into the bucket of the Kubota and or the wheelbarrow this summer. I mean, this still has some paint on it, but holy crap, that did make a big difference in this. I like it. Then on Shoddy Thicks, let's just do this Phillips head because it's awful yellow and see what we can do with that, number 2. This was a tiny bit boogered up, but still serviceable for a number 2. And like I said before, I grew up getting the Craftsman tools when Sears had the huge Craftsman section and all the stuff was made in the USA and was still good. And there are a couple other products that I have bought, like I bought the little pocket ones that are still made in the USA, which is cool. But their lifetime guarantee, I think, has switched up tremendously on these products. And I also believe if I did these with a buffing wheel, I mean, it would take a lot less time, but it would be a tremendous difference in these being how clean they're coming, because it's doing a decent decent job. But that one cleaned up. Amazing. So on Lindsay's Shoddy Thicks, all black Dodge Ram, or Ram Rebel, excuse me. I guess they're not Dodges anymore. Still stuck with that. She broke it was just pot metal crap. There's a video I took that's added onto the back of this where I climbed under there. The bracket was broke, ordered a new one. And it's like this super cheap pot metal crap. I mean, shame on you, Ram, and shame on all you U.S. Auto manufacturers for just turning out a bunch of crap. I don't like it. I don't think I've ever built or broke one of those. That did well. It's still a little bit yellow, but man, it put some shine and cut that oxidation off. I should have did before and after pictures. But we've got more we can do. All right, look at this one. We'll see what it does. This is very relaxing to me as well. So, the little, back to her truck, that little rubber isolator, heat zone. The rubber isolator that goes between that bracket and the muffler. I did not have, usually I spray those with WD-40, grab them with like some 16-inch channel locks. Channel locks are missing in action. Can't find those big ones. So it took like a screwdriver and my other channel locks, kind of like mashing them on there. Once I got them on there and got the screwdriver, popped right off. And those that have taken those apart know it freaking sucks. I had messaged Eagle fussing about how bad it sucks, and he's like, yeah, those things definitely suck. So previous to, and then we'll do the after again. So, damn it with the sews. Got in there, got that, got it off, and then how they have that thing, you'll see on there, there's this bracket that holds like all the receptacles for, I guess, the tail lights and stuff like that. So I ran out of daylight, didn't finish it, so I've got to do that later. And then the heavy hauler, I was about 100 miles over. I religiously change the oil on that every 5,000 miles. Sometimes I'll go a little bit over. I was at probably about 100 miles over, and it was pretty black. She burns per usually about 1.5 quarts per 5,000 miles. I mean, she's not smoking or anything like that, and I check my fluids all the time. But she's an 06, 185,000 plus miles, and man, she's towed that gooseneck all over the place and has been a great truck. I am impressed. Who knew this would work so well? I'm gonna have to do a little reel of one of these crusty ones. Look at that. Look at the difference. That's freaking rad. So this one I might save and do it for do a smaller video or a reel of the headlight restorer. I'll save that. But man, these things, they look freaking not brand new, but 100% better. So it's great. I know these two were the same, but sometimes you can use these to grab stuff, whatever. Trust me on that. And then this one's like a big go-to. And then this Phillips. I'd like to go back there and dig around more at what he had, but I know there's other different brands. I know this handle is different. This is the newer version, but just because I've used these my whole life, I'm so used to that. It's awesome. So I also want to talk about think that's it. Oh, back to the shoveling the chicken crap. Man, I found out real quick I am out of freaking shape cardio-wise because that straw, it wasn't damp, but it was heavy with the chicken poo, pee, all that stuff kind of stuck together. She limed it afterwards and everything. Our chickens actually had got some mites, so we're going to be out of the egg business, I think, about 3 weeks. So, grabbed all of them, treated them. She put this little purple crap on them, on their tail that's supposed to not help them not get pecked or whatever. But it also tagged them to show that we had done them. So that was a lot of work. And I'm a little bit sore right now. That's why I'm wearing bear pajamas. The other thing is with tools, I am very particular about my tools. Keeping them clean, wiping them down. I've actually got it planned because I haven't done it since I moved these, but a lot of these have been in storage at my old powder coating business in Louisiana. Got them up here. They were in the old garage at the place, the small one. Wasn't climate controlled. My powder coating shop used to be, but it wasn't. So a lot of them have little surface rust, little dirt, little, crap like that on them. So I need to take I use this and sometimes the ballistol, little 3-in-1 silicone, but just wipe them all down with the blue rags. I get the little plastic gloves. I'm not scared to get stuff on my hands. I just don't like, if I can keep my hands clean, I prefer to do that. I'm not a huge fan of gloves, but I take these with me, are the mechanics. I've got a couple up here in my truck, got some here, because just grabbing stuff, it's rough. And if you go picking and stuff, I forgot this today, but bring a freaking flashlight, because I was using my phone and going in from outside to the dark. My glasses were all tinted, so do that. Okay, back to tools. I'm very particular about them. And I was talking about, I want to talk about loaning tools. I don't know how y'all are. There's very few people, very few. I'll just say one is Will Jordan that I would loan tools to. Because I know, like with Will, if something breaks or goes missing, Will replace it with something of equal or better value. And the same with him. But I don't like loaning tools. I don't like loaning, I've had people asking about borrowing my chainsaw. People made comments about oh, now I know someone that's got a tractor. No, you don't. Same thing with the gooseneck trailer. And I actually got the gooseneck because I think it's funny when people oh, you have a trailer, we need to borrow it. No, you can't. You don't even gooseneck, bro. So here's where I'm getting at with that. I don't mind going over if someone says hey man, this tree's fell down, it's on our house, can I borrow a chainsaw? No, but I will come over there and help you cut it within reason. If it's tied up in an electric line or it could, do further damage to their house, nope, not gonna do that. Or, take my tractor over to do something. So what I'm kind of saying to people is man, I know sometimes you do have to borrow tools. When you do, take them back, clean, taken care of. And I know some people just don't. They don't have it in them to do that. But you got to learn to do that, and that's why you don't loan tools. So I've talked about if I had any guns, I'd never loan those. Which I don't have any. Books. Every single book I have ever loaned anyone, never gotten it back. Ever. So I don't even loan books to Lindsay. I'm hey man, they're cheap on Amazon. Get you one there. So when you do borrow something from someone that's entrusting you with stuff that they worked hard for, that helps them do projects and helps them do all this, man, freaking take care of it. And if you do damage it or mess it up or anything, you know, fix it, replace it with something equal or better value. That's my little talk for that. All right, y'all see the rest of the stuff that I've been doing, and I'm really stoked. I thought that stand was a lathe stand, and I mentioned that later, but it is a company that made boxes, and I don't know how they went from boxes to making bearings and fancy, like, you know, race bearings, groove bearings. Evidently, at the turn of the century, that company originally started like in the 1840s, 1860s, and then started making the bearings, and it's been bought out and changed. Even that company turned into Hamilton Beach at one time, which is pretty cool. So I thought, well, that's a lathe table. It looked like one. And it's definitely not. That kind of threw me off. So I'm probably going to do like some sweet patina on it and see what it looks. It's pretty rusty. Honestly, it does look as though it needs to be, you know, sandblasted and then painted. But I'm going to see what I can do with the sweet patina. I'm going to get some steel wool, fine steel wool, knock all the edges off of the paint like that. Circle back and forth very carefully, and then put that on there. And if I can get a nice slab of wood, I will make that into a really cool little table for the house. Or I have seen, there's a lot of lathes out there where I see where people buy these for cheap, and it breaks my heart. They take the machinery off of them and then use that base to make a table. And then they're, you know, selling this piece of machinery, which that to me kind of sucks. I mean, keep it together. There's a ton of people out there that will buy the lathes, those older lathes. But I also know there's a ton of people that will pay crazy money for those tables with the bases like that. It is what it is. All right, enjoy the rest of the video. Bye, y'all. This looks like the place where we're going, right here. And I don't know where to park. Historic Cokeville something. There's the stuff. All right, y'all. Picked up this little Craftsman 2-drawer. This cool little AC hose makeup kit. A little rubber baby bumper hamper. Hammer, not hamper. Good Lord. A couple of Craftsman screwdrivers, some vintage ones I'm going to clean up and put in my to-go box. Always have extras of the Craftsman. This to go in no Kubota. This Mac Tools 3-drawer, and this really super cool lathe stand by the M.D. Knowlton Company. Paper box machine? I don't know what this is. Rochester, New York, but I got special plans for what we're gonna do with this. Gonna strap this down, get on the road. Treating chickens, gonna clean this up. Then, fresh for in here, right rooster cog barrel. I am definitely gonna make a chute so we don't gotta haul this with a wheelbarrow. Big booty. Whoever invented wheelbarrows, thank you oh so much. Pond's still icy, but wheelbarrows, they're the shizzy. Bobcat would be better. All right, fresh pine, some straw, not hay. We will let them do what they do, like they're doing right here to it. So we had a little ice issue, mite issue, and they all got treated. That's why some got purple spot. Well, all of them have purple spots, so we know we did them, but let them have fun, dirt bath, all that good stuff. Happy chickens, crazy ducks. All right, y'all, I was gonna do a video of me unloading this heavy deal. I thought originally this was a lathe stand, but this place here, the MD Knowlton company, they made paper boxes, and they were originally I think in Ohio, and then moved to Rochester, New York in USA, America. I've been to Rochester, saw a concert there. It was a cool place. And then after that, they bought out, went on to make pretty fancy bearings, so that's cool. Then, trudging through all the stuff, hey man, Few Hearts of Freedom, think of that. Picked up this Mac toolbox for cheap. It is actually gonna go up here. I'm gonna replace my Craftsman with that because I need a little bit more heavy duty stuff, and it's in pretty fair shape. This AC hose, make a complete flexible line assembly deal. Nothing in here. Has a cool little measuring tape, and then has this, but I'm going to use this for my Zerk fittings for the tractor and for some of the other farm implements we have. So I'll put my different Zerk fittings in there, put my Zerk fitting tool. This is now, instead of a flexible hose makeup kit, it is a Zerk fitting kit. Then we've got this old Craftsman toolbox, which is similar to that one. It was a great deal. This one actually is going to, I'm gonna clean it up and then sell it, but it works fantastic. As I said earlier, these little rubber hammers, I used the crap out of them. I'm gonna clean it up tonight. Picked up these Craftsman screwdrivers. So I'm taking one of my toolboxes over there. I'm gonna get an extra set of screwdrivers and stuff that I can have dedicated when I go to fetch vehicles and stuff like that. Then picked up the slow moving sign there for like $2, and it how it looks fits the old Kubota. So it didn't have one on it. I'm gonna put one on it, and cause we move slow but steady. So I'm going to actually go take a shower after doing those Timkins, and you can see I'm filthy. And those 1620s done fantastic. I gotta wash the chicken doo-doo off of them. So I'm gonna try to launch this evening. I don't know why I'm telling y'all that, but I'll come out here, talk a little bit. This Sunday one's gonna be some talking, what I did today, stuff like that. All right, let me go get clean. Here's an update, y'all. Roto-rootering the drain tile worked, the old French drain. So hopefully that water's gonna be getting the heck up out of there. All right, on the old Black Dodge Ram, the muffler or tailpipe bracket has broken. It's crazy. We got so many square feet of garage space, and then I'm out here laying on a blanket. So you can see here, let me get where I can hold this. This is where it snapped off from this rubber here, but to take this off, there is a nut or a bolt there. Then back behind here, behind this, is another nut. So I have to take both of those off, remove this wiring plate or holder for all those harnesses, then remove this, then put it back on. So what a shit design from Dodge. And this is on a 2019 Rebel. Yeah. Anyway, time to stick my hand. I'm not going to video me actually doing it because it's going to take both hands, and there's no good place for me to put the little mini tripod or have this up there. We got to get this rubber baby bumper off. So I'll put a little bit of WD on it and grab it with the channel locks and rip it off. I might try to do it on video. I might not be able to do it. Usually you can do these with one hand. All right, that is the new bracket. Pop that bad boy off, and you see it was corroded badly. I mean, it's crap pot metal. Broke off inside there, so had to fight it. We got it off. Thank you there, WD-40, for helping. And also, I need to get some 16-inch channel locks. That old black gold. Yeah, it was time. 5,000, like 100 miles. So it was ready. This is on the heavy hauler. We changed that oil around here. All right, topped off the antifreeze on this old girl. 7 quarts and a fresh, let's get on down here. Oh, fresh filter right there. Look at that. So she's ready for another 5,000-ish miles. All right, if y'all hung around this far, cool on y'all. I didn't really explain it well. I've showed a couple of pictures. So the back of our property and the back of our next door neighbor has flooded. So it's tile drainage is what it's traditionally called, because it was ceramic tile originally. Now they moved, it's kind of like a French drain now a lot, like the black plastic corrugated that has the holes in it to get rid of groundwater. And there's so much farmland around out here. There's a huge ditch system, canal system actually, to displace all this water. So one of the tiles around here had got stopped up. So the other day, I was helping Bob run the Roto-Rooter, and it was full of tree roots. So I helped him for a while, and then he had his cousin come over and help him, and then lo and behold, it is flooding. I'll show you on another video where I put a stick. The water is finally receding, and we don't have a swamp in the back. So thank y'all for watching again. I will put a link to specifically what that Chemical Guys product is. I will put a link to the 1620 pants that I wear. And then probably this week, we're going to do some videos of cleaning up these toolboxes, cleaning up that I'm still calling it a lathe stand. That cast steel base is what we're going to go with. And then we've still got over here, can you see it? This drill press. Today would have been great. It was a perfect sunny day. It was gorgeous today. I should have washed the heavy hauler. There's a ton of stuff I should have done outside. We knocked out the chicken coop. The chickens and the ducks appreciated that extra love today. Getting them medicated, getting them taken care of, and taking care of their welfare. I just want to say, like, Lindsay does such a fantastic job with her research and, just making sure that they're happy and healthy and good little chickens. The same with all of our, our cats, lizard, our beloved dogs, all that good stuff. So I do need to get back on that, but I need to knock that rust off of that. I don't have a dust collection system in here. I've been looking for one. A few that have come up commercially, or commercial ones or industrial ones, have gone pretty freaking quick, but they are out there. But I want to get outside on one day and get the die grinder with some discs, knock all that rust, and get that thing painted and get it listed to sell. Also, pulled one of the Zerk fittings out of the finish mower for the Kubota. I'm going to use the cherry picker, the engine hoist. I'm probably going to, hope I don't knock something over. Use the engine hoist there to lift it up off the ground and get on some sawhorses. I greased it, did some work on it, but I need to get it up there, replace the Zerk fittings that are old, not working. I need to get one of those grease fitting wrenches. It almost looks like a skate tool, if that makes sense. So one side of it has a little deal that like presses the ball bearing, and then the other one is a wrench for the two different sizes. This one on the Kubota is actually a 7mm, So I'm going to buy a chunk of those and then use that little AC hose kit. It's going to be a Zerk fitting kit. So a couple of things for like with Zerk fittings, because I'm big about preventive maintenance. I'm going to get some extra ones of these, but they do make, it's around $60 or so. There is a fitting that goes on the Zerk fitting, and you like hammer it, and it shoves grease in there and like makes it good again. Now, instead of just replacing them, sometimes these are so rusted and corroded in there that you basically have to like break it off, drill it, tap it, put another size in there. With that, sometimes we'll save you the hassle of having to do that, and we'll reactivate that. I know I'm getting long-winded, but you got what I'm saying. So we're going to get that. We've got a lot of tasks to do. There's a lot of just this little stuff that I want to knock out where we can get on the bigger projects like the 63 and get the rest of my freaking stuff up here. We're going to have a really busy spring, build in either an addition onto the chicken coop or another chicken coop, and then goats and some longhorns eventually, and the barn and hay storage for that. So we've got a huge mix of farm stuff and a huge mix of garage stuff. And anyway, we're going to get on that. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for watching.